speaker is Mark Serrano. Welcome.
Today I'd like to talk to you about school security, specifically elementary school. I'll start with an article, part of an article from CNN. Quote, earlier this school year, the principal ordered a new security system to be installed that required visitors to be visibly identified and buzzed in. As part of the security system, the school locked its doors each day at 9:30 a.m. Does this sound like a typical elementary school in Fairfax County? This was actually the security system at Sandy Hook Elementary on the day of the shooting. I worked at Fairfax County Public Schools for a little over a year, from 2012 to 13. My role included many visits to different elementary schools throughout the county. Many times I would approach a school and find it unsecured. Doors would not be locked. Someone from the inside would open the door for me. An office person would buzz me in without asking my purpose, or I would not be asked to show my ID. While at FCPS, I attended the Supporting the Mission cohort. After the Sandy Hook tragedy, I asked the head of security about adding school resource officers to elementary schools. His response was only that it'll cost $20 million to do that. If you do a quick Google search on school safety, you'll find numerous articles about how other cities and counties are placing their police officers at schools. Some ask their officers to park out front of their assigned schools during the day, and some have gone as far as giving an office or desk to an officer so they can spend time at the school filling out paperwork. Meanwhile, their police cruiser is parked out front of the school, and they have access to Wi-Fi. Many of the articles report on the benefits of having an officer regularly on site. Aside from the safety part, students can see and interact with an officer outside of an emergency. This is a zero cost to taxpayers approach. It can be implemented tomorrow. All that needs to happen is for Chief Rossler to say go. I've mentioned this numerous times to him and the previous acting chief, but have not had any reply. This is a very popular idea. If the next time you're with friends or coworkers, or especially voters that have children in elementary schools, ask them if they would support a police officer assigned to their school. You'll have an overwhelming response of yes. I mentioned this idea to Dr. Karen Garza, FCPS superintendent, at one of her listening tour events. She said to me, quote, "This is a great idea. We have to do something about elementary school security. The current system is a good start, but is by no means safe. If someone wanted to do harm, they could easily get around it or go through it. And it could be from someone on the inside that simply just lets them in. A police officer parked out front, even for part of the day, would be a major deterrent." Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Serrano.
Madam Chairman.
Supervisor Harity.
Yes, I had, Mark mentioned this to me when he had brought a group of Boy Scouts to my office, and I've asked Deputy County Executive Dave Rohr to look at it. I know he's talked to the police chief. There's some good things and some issues with it. Obviously, there's more than one elementary school for each patrol officer that we have out. The timing on the shift changes, but there's some things that we can address, and I think there's some positive ideas in this that we can do it. As Mark has said, it's zero cost to taxpayers. So I've asked. I still want to call him Chief Rohr.
You know, once the chief.
I've asked the Deputy County Executive Board to prepare a kind of a response for us on this idea, because I think it makes a certain amount of sense. But again, it's we don't have enough police officers out there even to get one per school, and the timing when they do their paperwork. So it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's something that's worth a good bit of consideration in my mind. So thank you for bringing it forward. Thank you for continuing to push it to me.
And we will make sure that Deputy County Executive Rohr and also Chief Rossler has a copy of this testimony so that they can follow up. Our next